This is IBM's lab. They are working on one of the greatest technological leaps since the silicon boom of the 1970s and 80s, quantum computers. Alongside IBM, more than 30 countries are chasing this dream, investing billions of dollars. They are racing toward a technology that could fundamentally change the fate of humanity. There is something intensely special about it. Classical computers change the world. They simulate physics, render complex graphics, and run enormous financial systems. But our hunger for computing power is still unsatisfied. We have hit the physical limits of traditional silicon.
Transistors are based on zeros and one. Zeros and one. Reality is not. Reality is based on electrons and particles, and these particles in turn act like waves. We're talking about a new generation of computers, the ultimate computer, a computer that computes on atoms, the ultimate constituents of matter itself.
This gives quantum computing an unbelievable advantage in chemistry and material science. It can identify candidate molecules for new drugs or aerospace engineering in a fraction of the time. It uses mathematical techniques completely inaccessible to classical computers, giving structure to chaotic data and discovering hidden patterns in biology, like protein folding or predicting stock market collapses. But to truly understand how monumental this shift is, we have to look back at how this impossible idea was born. It didn't start in a sleek corporate laboratory. It started on a chalkboard in 1981 with one of the most eccentric and brilliant minds of the 20th century, physicist Richard Feynman. At a conference at MIT, Feynman looked at the trajectory of classical computers and realized a fundamental problem. If you want to simulate nature, real nature, the interactions of atoms, the birth of stars, the complex chemistry of the human body, you can't do it with standard computers. Why? Because, as Feynman famously declared, nature isn't classical, damn it. Nature operates on the bizarre, counterintuitive laws of quantum mechanics. To simulate it, he argued, you would need to build a computer that operates on those exact same quantum rules. For a decade, this was purely theoretical. It was considered science fiction by mainstream computer scientists. But in the 1990s, the math began to catch up. Theoretical physicists like David Deutsch began proving that a quantum machine could perform certain tasks radically faster than any classical machine ever could. The race to build the impossible had quietly begun. To understand the stakes, you have to understand the weapon. Your laptop, your phone, even the most powerful supercomputers today speak a language of binary, bits, zeros and ones. A coin sitting on a table showing either heads or tails. A quantum computer uses qubits. Thanks to a principle called superposition, while that coin is spinning, it isn't heads or tails. It is, mathematically, both at the same time.
A regular computer simulates heads or tails of a coin as a bit, a 0 or a 1. A quantum bit has a more fluid, non-binary identity. It can exist in a superposition or a combination of 0 and 1. So a quantum computer is not just a more powerful version of our current computers. Just like a light bulb is not a more powerful candle. You cannot build a light bulb by building better and better candles. A light bulb is a different technology.
But here is the catch. The very thing that makes quantum computers so powerful, their ability to tap into the delicate subatomic fabric of the universe, also makes them a nightmare to build. Engineering a general-purpose, fault-tolerant quantum computer is arguably the single hardest engineering challenge humanity has ever taken on. Qubits are incredibly fragile. They are the ultimate divas of the physics world. To maintain that spinning coin state of superposition, a qubit must be completely isolated from the outside universe. Any interaction with the environment, a stray photon of light, a microscopic fluctuation in magnetic fields, a passing Wi-Fi signal, or even a tiny variance in temperature, causes the qubit to crash out of its quantum state. In physics, this is called decoherence. The quantum magic vanishes, and your multi-million-dollar supermachine instantly becomes an oversized paperweight.
The great power of a quantum computer is also its Achilles heel, that it's very, very sensitive to perturbations and noise and environmental effects. We have the following task: build a nearly perfect computer out of a whole bunch of imperfect parts.
To protect these hypersensitive qubits, scientists have to create artificial environments that are the most extreme places in the known universe. That beautiful, golden, chandelier-like structure you see in IBM and Google Labs, that isn't the computer. That is a dilution refrigerator. It uses a complex mixture of helium-3 and helium-4 isotopes to cool the actual quantum chip down to around 15 millikelvins. To put that in perspective, absolute zero is the temperature where all atomic motion stops. Deep interstellar space sits at about 2.7 Kelvin. The chips inside these golden chandeliers are kept hundreds of times colder than the vacuum of outer space. It is the coldest environment in the solar system, created right here on Earth, just to keep the qubits quiet. And even then, they still make mistakes. Cosmic rays from deep space can penetrate the Earth, hit the lab, strike the quantum chip, and flip a 0 to a 1, ruining the calculation. To fix this, scientists are desperately trying to write error correction codes, grouping hundreds of physical qubits together just to create one stable, reliable, logical qubit. It is a monumental struggle against the forces of nature. But why go through all this trouble? Why battle cosmic rays and absolute zero? We need another perspective to truly grasp the raw, terrifying power of quantum scaling. It all comes down to a mathematical concept that the human brain is simply not evolved to comprehend: exponential growth. This doubling effect quickly spirals into the realm of the unbelievable. If you have a quantum computer with just 50 perfectly stable, entangled qubits, it can represent more information at a single moment than the most powerful supercomputer on Earth. If you scale that up to 100 qubits, you would need a classical computer made of every atom on planet Earth just to match its memory. And if you reach 300 perfect qubits, a 300-qubit quantum computer can simultaneously represent more states than there are atoms in the entire observable universe.
Give me a grain of rice on the first day for the first square, and the second day you give me twice as much, and after a week you only have 127 grains. After a month you have more rice than you'll eat in your lifetime for sure, but just by the time you get to the end of the chessboard, you have more rice than Mount Everest.
But this kind of power has a dark side, and it collides directly with the other great race of our time. The terror of Q-Day isn't just a future problem, it is a present-day crisis. Cybersecurity experts have identified a massive, invisible heist happening right now, orchestrated by rogue nations and hacker syndicates. It is a strategy called Harvest Now, Decrypt Later. Right now, massive amounts of encrypted data, classified government communications, corporate trade secrets, financial ledgers, and even blockchain protocols like Bitcoin are being intercepted and downloaded by malicious actors. They cannot read the data today, To classical computers, it just looks like randomized, encrypted noise. But they aren't trying to read it today. They are hoarding it in massive data centers, waiting patiently for the day a fault-tolerant quantum computer comes online. The moment that machine is powered up, all the encrypted data harvested over the last decade will be cracked wide open in a matter of hours. The secrets of the past and present will instantly belong to whoever controls the quantum key.